Morning and welcome to Robin's house. Today I'm working on the Thankful Garden card workshop. And so these are the cards that we're working on. And we are working on getting the images for those cards. And so the goal is to create, well, I couldn't decide if I wanted to outline my images or not outline my images. So I made one of each kind of card. I kind of liked both of the looks. So in order to create this look, I used the decorative masks for Thankful Garden. And in that is 5 masks. And there are 3 masks, 2 for the flowers and 2 masks for the leaves. So you're going to want to, between colors, get a wet rag or something and clean the color off. But I didn't bother on my leaves because I'm not changing the colors. I'm using the same ones over and over again. And then the mask size, I found the easiest mask. It was just to cut a piece of white willow, this exact same size as the mask. That way I knew that they were all always going to be in the same place. And then I could cut them at the same time. So even I can cut two of my things at the same time because I know exactly where they were placed. And it's also helpful if you're doing the pop-up versions, you can cut out those. So what I did was on some of my cards, I put the main image, and on some of my cards, I popped a second image. So what you would want to do, if you're doing 2 cards, you're going to want to do this twice. Do them both at the same time so you don't have to keep changing your colors. And then if you want to add that popped image, I did 4. I got 4 squares. I did all of them at the same time. And I just started with 1 mask. And I started with the lightest color. So in this case, I'm going to do the purples. I don't have a light purple. So I'm going to start with a pink and a blue. So I'm just going to add some pink to my cards. And some pink to my cards. And this particular pink is Ballerina, but Bubble Bath would work as well. Now I would actually, if you have it, I would start with Fresh Freesia because that is a good one to do. And then I'm going to start with Periwinkle because I need to add some blue to my pink so we can get some purple in there. It's not perfect, but it'll do. And it's just the background color. And I'm even okay with there being some pink parts and some blue parts. It's okay. It's a flower. They're all wonky. Okay, so I've set up my base layer. So I've got a purplish look there with it's a little bit pink and a little bit purple, which is just fine. So now I've got Petunia Pop, and I'm going to be adding a little bit more detail. And I don't know if you saw on the other one, but it's also on this one. There's a little part here that's a little sensitive. So when I'm going over that part, I am making my circle go a certain way so I don't, like this one, I could go both ways and it won't matter because I won't snag anything. But on that one, I can only go with kind of with the grain, if you will. Okay, and then we've got our detail. And on my purpley one, I'm going to use Berry Burst, which is such a pretty color. And get that down on here. And this is going to add just even more detail, just a few black parts. And if you're, again, you don't want it to be solid, make some parts darker, make some parts lighter, and it will look great. And now it's time to add the green in there. So we've got our I don't know if I said already, but I've got my white willow cardstock actually taped down, and that will help keep it in place. And then with my fingers, I'm really pushing pretty hard so that when I'm adding this color here, I can be a little wild. I'm not being very gentle and I'm trying to go fast. And so it helps if the white willow layer is taped down. And now I've got the garden green layer. There we go. We get our new brush. And make sure we get some of that detail. Oh, I got some dark detail on there, and that's okay too. There we go. So now we have our gorgeous flowers, and you can decide if you want to outline them with your, it looks real nice when it's outlined. But if you don't want to outline it, or you want to do the second one like I did, there's stamps, which I've hidden from myself, where you can create a little bit of blackness there in the center of your flowers. But if you're going to stamp them, you won't need those. Okay, so we're gonna just stamp over these images. I'm gonna use clues from those leaves to help me aim so I can get my stamp in the right place. I'm moving things around. I'm on a poor craft table, so it may not come out completely, but it came out good enough. And then we'll do the other one as well. So that we line it all up, push it down on my very wavy craft table. And there we go. So this is how you create the images for your card workshop. So all you need to do now is take your die cuts and cut them out. They'll always be in the same place because that's how you're lining them up with your masks. And so I'll make it super easy to double those up and cut them. And then I think that's, there is a piece, I think it's in this zone. If you want to cut one out, and then you could cut this one out as well and pop it. You could cut it out of itself, or you can create a second version of this and cut it out of that one so you can add it to the top. But super fun. I love masking, and I hope you'll give it a try. Thank you so much for watching. Happy crafting.